So William James is 1842 until 1910s was primarily a psychologist but was important in philosophy on two accounts. He invented the doctrine which he called radical empirism, and he was one of the three protagonists of the theory called pragmatism or instrumentalism. In later life, he was as deserved to be the recognized leader of American philosophy. He was led by the study of medicine to considerations of philosophy. His well book on this subject, published in 1890, had the highest possible excellence. I shall not, however, deal with its science. It was in contributions to science rather than to philosophy. There were two sides to William James' philosophical interest on scientific, the other religious. On the scientific side, the study of medicine had given his tough tendency towards materialism, which, however, was held in check was his religious emotions. His religious feelings were very Protestant, very democratic, and very full of awareness of human kindness. He refused altogether to follow his brother Henry into fastidious snobnesses. The prince, the prince of darkness, he said, may be a gentleman, as we are told he is, but whether the god of earth and heaven is, he can surely be no gentleman. This is a very characteristic pronouncement. His warm heartedness and his delightful humor caused him to be almost universally beloved. The only man I know of who did not feel any affections for him was Santana, whose doctors, this is William James, had described as the perceptions of lieutenants. There was between these two men a temperamental appreciation which nothing could have overcome. Santana also liked religions, but in a very different way. He liked it aesthetical and historical, not as a help to a more life. Our natural, he generally favored Catholicism to Protestantism. He did not attempt to intellectually accept any of the considerations dogmas, but he was content that others should believe them, and himself appreciates what he regarded as the Christians might teach him, such as an ethic could not. But after Amarola, he returned from his Puritan century and a deep state belief that what is of most important is good conduct. And his democratic feeling made him unable to acquiesce in the notions of one truth for philosopher and another for the vulgar. The temperamental opposition between Protestant and Catholic persists among the unorthodox. Santana was a Catholic free thinker, William James a Protestant, however heretical. The Moderator of Radical Empirism was published in 1904 and is called Does Consciousness Exist? The main purpose of this essay was to deny that the subject of the relation is fundamental. It had until then been taken for granted by philosophers that there is a kind of occurrence called knowing in which one entity, the knower or subject, either of another the things or the object, the nose was regarded as mind or soul, The object known might be a material object, an internal essence, another mind, or inner self consciousness identical with the knower. Almost everything in Incept's philosophy was bound up with the dualism of subject and object. The distinctions of mind and matter, the complete contemplative ideal and the traditional notion of truth all need to be radically considered, and if the distinction of subject and an object is not accepted as fundamentals. For my part, I'm confident that James' right of this matter and word and at this ground alone deserve a high place among philosophers. I have tough either until he and those who agreed with him persuade me of the truth of his doctrine. But let us proceed to his arguments. Consciousness, he says, is the name of a non-entity, and I have no right to place among first principles. Those who still cling to it are clinging to a more echo a different rumor left behind but by the disappearing souls upon the earth of philosophy. There is he continues to aboriginal stuff or quality of being constructed, with that of which materials object are made out of which our thought of them are made. He explained that he is not meaning that our thought perform a function which is that of knowing, and that these functions might be called being conscious. What he is then might be put correctly as the view that consciousness is a thing. He holds that there is only one primary stuff or materials, out which everything in the world is composed. This stuff he calls your experiments. Knowing, he says, is a particular sort of relation between two portions of pure experience, the subject-object relation and derivatives. Experience, I believe, has no such in duplicity. A given undefined portion of experience can be in one context knows and in another something known. He defines pure experience as the immediate flux of life which furnishes the material to our letters or reflections. It will be seen that this doctrine abolishes the distinction between mind and matter if regarded as distinctions between two different kinds of what James calls stuff, according to those who agree with James and in this matter advocate what they call natural monism, according to which the material of which the word is constructed in neither mind nor matter, but is something anterior to both. James himself did not develop this implication of his theory. On the contrary, his use of the phrase pure experience points to a perhaps a conscious Bacallelian idealism. The word experience is one often used by philosophers, but seldom defined. Let us consider for a moment what is can mean. Common-sense holds that many things which occur are experienced. For instance, even one on the invisible side of the moon. Berkeley and Hegel, for different reasons, but denied this and maintains that what is not experienced is nothing. Their arguments are now held by most philosophers to be invalid strictly. In my opinion, if we are to either to the view that the stuff of the world is experience, we shall find necessary to events elaborate and plausible explanation of what we mean by such things as the invisible side of the moon. And unless we are able to infer things not